friends. Welcome to another exciting episode. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you would. I'm enjoying your presence, and hopefully we can learn a few more things here in this exciting episode. This time we're going to take a look at one of the old standard jazz classics, Sunny Side of the Street, sung by Jimmy McHugh and Dorothy Fields. Also, some people think Fats Waller had a little something to do with it, which definitely sounds like something he might write. Anyways, this is a great old tune, and we're going to start off by looking at the first 8 on the song. So, if we take a look, we see that the song starts in C. Now, this is a great song to implement one of our beginner fingerstyle Travis picking techniques. And the technique goes something like this. We're starting on a C, so we're going to hit the thumb on the bass, C, and then we're going to go and we're going to hit the bass on the E on the 4th string, and then we're going to use that second finger, okay, to play along with it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now the 3 and the 4 is going to be the same notes, but we're going to break them up into 8ths. So it's going to be back to the bass on the 5, the second finger, and then the 4th for the bass, and then the 1 to finish it up. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And hopefully you can see those fingers. Whoops, I messed that one up. 2. Hopefully you can see those fingers, how I'm playing that. Of course, we're going to practice this. At first, it's a little bit awkward, but once you get it down, you want to be able to talk to your friends while you're doing this. That's how good you want it to be. Okay, obviously you're going to speed it up a bit. Get that down. So that's the basic finger pick we're going to use for this song. Though we can, of course, add on to it and alter it and add more. But basically we're going to start with the C chord for 1 measure. Okay, so you know the tune. Grab your coat and get your hat. Now we're going to the E7. Now I like to slide up for my E7. You could play it back here on the open. But for the C7 form, if we just slide that up to the 5th, 6th, and 7th frets, we get the E7, right? And notice that the bass that I'm using, I'm altering. Again, you could just keep that bass on the 5th string for the whole thing if you want, while you're getting that picking style down. So when you go up to the E7, you're doing the same fingerstyle pick. But to alter that, to add a little more punch to it, if you will, you can alter the bass like this, and I think that gives it a little more feel. So grab your coat and get your hat up to the E7. Now we're going to an F. Now the F can be gone back down here to, home bass F. Or we could just, since we're up here on the E7, we could just go up a fret to do the F there. Now here this F, the same finger pattern, right? Now the interesting thing here is that open string, if you're playing just an F without the 7th, you could play the 7th. Some people might think it doesn't really fit. Or you could just, instead of the 7th, you could drop that middle finger across the 2 strings, if you can do that, and get the 6th, which gives you a nice little color there. Or you could just play a regular F chord, like a C chord, and what you're going to get is that open G in there, which is like an add 2 or a 9. And that also might not be so bad, right? So that's your F. Now after the F, you're going to come back down to the G, the open G, but only for 2 beats. You're going to play G, and then you're going to go to a G sharp diminished, which is a simple version of a diminished, okay? But it gives you a nice little stepwise movement up to the next chord. And again, that diminished is I'm playing it with the G. I'm using that second finger, sliding it up to the G sharp, and then the third finger goes down to the 3rd string, and I use the second finger in there to backfill on the D, or the 2nd string. Okay, so it looks like this. G. And again, since we're only playing for 2 measures, you're not playing the full finger pick there. Da, da. And then we go to the A minor 7. And then we're going to go to a D9 to get a little more color. Okay, so that's the D triangle with the dropping down on the bottom. And then we finish up with 2 beats on the D minor 7, the G7, and then back to the C. So the whole thing should sound something like this, okay? We'll start with the C. Grab your coat and get your hat up to the E7. Leave your worries at the doorstep, G diminished. Redirect your feet, D9. You can do a little accent there if you wish. That's just D9 sliding down and up. C sharp 9 up to D, or just leave it there. And then the D minor 7 on the sunny side of the street. Okay? So, and notice on the G7, I'm adding in that ba ba. I'm adding in the 6th, which is like a G13, which gives you a nice color there. And then back to the C. So that's the first 8. Now, let's take a look at the bridge, okay? So when we get to the bridge, interestingly, we're staying on the root C chord, but we're putting in a 7. So we're going to make that C, which is the 1 chord in the top 8, actually now becomes sort of a 5 chord, because we're going to go to the F. But we started with the C7, okay? So we go, I used to walk in the shade, D7, again with the same finger strum, and then with those blues going to an F7, blues on parade, okay? And notice that the bridge gives us time to study and practice the finger pick, because the chords go for 2 measures without changing. So this is kind of nice. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, F7, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go to a D7, which I like to just spring out here. Remember the C7? We come out to the 3, 4, 5 frets to play the D7 out here. Again, 2 measures. Cross over to a G7, and then we can pretty this up with a little augmented G by putting that little finger in there. Okay? And then we're back to the C to start the next 8. So when we put the bridge together, it should sound something like this. Starting on the C7, walk in the shade with those blues on parade to the F7. Now the D7, that this over G7 with a little augmented. If back to the original, right? Back to the original 8. So that's the whole song. You can do a lot with this song. It helps you to use that initial finger style, and then you can really put something pretty cool together. So the whole tune, my apologies to Dorothy Fields on the lyrics. I'm an old man, I forget lyrics quite often. But anyways, it should sound something like this when you put it together. Grab your coat and Get your hat, leave your worries at the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Do you hear that pitter-pat? Oh, that happy sound is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. But now I'm not afraid, 'cause my rover has crossed over. Oh, if I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust on my feet on the sunny side of the street. Oh, gold dust on my feet on the sunny side of the street. So have some fun with that song, and I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe and have yourself a sunny side of the street kind of day.